Hi, Hope members. Happy Friday. We are going to be going back to Emily Hugus' favorite book, Tigers in the Twilight. Emily's been bugging me to come back to this, and guess what, Emily? It's back. So, we left off with the tiger and the snake was chasing after Annie and Jack. And if you don't remember, you can go back to my video when I read the first 3 chapters, okay? So we're leading off on chapter 4. Swing time. Annie grabbed a vine. Jack looked back at the python. The giant snake was winding its way up the tree. It had almost reached the branch. Jack took a deep breath, then grabbed a vine too. Lean back like Kai and Co did, said Annie. Jack and Annie leaned back. 1, 2, 3, go, said Annie. They swung out of the tree. Jack felt his stomach drop. Air rushed by. Leaves and branches slapped at him. Suddenly, the forest shook with a great roar. Like a flame, a tiger leapt from the bushes. His yellow eyes blazed. His teeth shone like daggers. His claws barely missed Jack and Annie. Ah, they yelled. The tiger crashed back down into the bushes. Jack and Annie swung into the tree. Jack threw one leg around the trunk, and he let go of his vine and held it tight to a branch. Oh man, he said. He was in shock. The monkeys patted him, as if to make sure he was okay. Wow, that was fun, said Annie, sitting on a big branch. Fun? Are you nuts? Said Jack. The swinging was fun, said Annie. The tiger was scary. Just then, the tree began to shake. Branches snapped below. Oh no, said Jack. Can tigers climb trees, said Annie. Probably, said Jack. He hugged the tree trunk and squeezed his eyes shut. Far below came the loud sound of chewing, smacking and crunching. Teddy growled and Jack groaned. Now, the tiger's eating the tree, she said. Annie burst into laughter. Conco whooped as if they were laughing too. Arf, arf, barked Teddy. What? Said Jack, opening his eyes. Look, said Annie, pointing at the twilight. A thick gray tube was waving in the air. Uh-oh, look what came to save him. What do you think that is? Another snake, said Jack, horrified. No, an elephant trunk, said Annie. The trunk wiggled near Jack and Annie, as if it was sniffing them. And it picked leaves from the tree and disappeared. Let's go see, said Annie. With Teddy still in his backpack, Jack followed Annie down the branch. They peered into the twilight forest, and in the gray gloom they saw a herd of elephants. One stood beneath their tree, eating leaves. Others munched grass. Hey, I've got a really cool idea, he said. Chapter 5. Night walk. Uh-oh, said Jack. What is it? I know how to escape the tiger, said Annie. Our book said tigers don't attack elephants, right? Yeah, said Jack. So we should travel through the forest on the back of the elephant, said Annie. Jack nodded slowly. This is a cool idea, he said. But, no buts. Get on. She climbed down the tree until she was close to the elephant's back. She carefully lowered herself off a branch. When her feet rested on the elephant's back, she let go of the branch. Then she slowly sat down. The elephant let out a low rumbling sound and shifted her weight. Don't worry, it's just me, Annie said, softly. She patted the huge creature's back. Thanks, Saba. Saba, said Jack. That's her name, said Annie. She's just told me. Yeah, right, said Jack. Arf, arf, barked Teddy. Come on, Jack, said Annie. It's not scary. Jack sighed and climbed onto the back. When he was above Saba, he lowered himself off the branch. He put both feet on the elephant, then he carefully sat down in front of Annie. Saba rumbled again. Tell her not to worry, said Annie. Pat her head. Don't worry, Saba, Jack said as he patted. There they are, riding the elephant. The elephant's head. Her skin was rough and wrinkled. The elephant curled her trunk back and rested it on Jack's head. Hi, he said in a small voice. Saba flapped her ears. Ka and Ko swung to the ground in front of Saba. They chattered at her. She waved her trunk at them, and the monkeys began binding through the forest. Saba followed. The rest of the herd followed in line. Saba walked with a calm, rolling motion. Jack felt as he was riding over ocean waves. A full moon was rising above the trees. "Where are we going?" Jack asked. "Just relax," said Annie. Ka and Co know where to go. "Arf, arf," barked Teddy. Jack's backpack. "You relax too," Jack said to the little dog. Fireflies blinked. The moon lit a path between the trees, and the elephant marched on. From a distance came a low growl. "Oh no, is that the tiger?" Jack wondered. The elephants paid no attention. They just kept walking through the warm woods. They marched slowly under hanging vines and through misty clearings. Conco bounded ahead of them, 2 moon shadows leading the way. "We're going far from the treehouse," said Jack. "Don't worry," said Annie. Suddenly, a long, loud roar split the night. A chill went down Jack's spine. The roar came again. It turned into a yowling and turned into a steady moan. It sounded as if the whole forest were moaning. "That's a really sad sound," said Annie sleepily. "Yeah," said Jack, but the elephants all marched on. Jack rocked in the sleepy rhythm of Saba's walk. He could hear Teddy snoring in his backpack. Soon, Jack had rested on Saba's back and began to drift out a dream of rocking in a boat under a dark treetop. Chapter 6. Swamp Creatures. "Caw-caw! Caw-caw!" Jack slowly came out of his dream. He opened his eyes with a start. He was surrounded by hazy sunlight. "Where am I?" he thought in a panic, and he remembered he was in India on the elephant's back. He sat up. Through the haze, he saw that Saba was standing on a muddy stream bank. Jack yawned. "Where's Annie?" The other elephants were upstream. They sprayed water on each other with their trunks. Teddy, Ka, and Co were at the edge of the forest. Teddy sniffed the tall grass, and the monkeys ate flowers. "Good morning," called Annie. She was sitting on a big black rock downstream. She was barefoot and soaking wet. "Hi," said Jack. "How did you get down?" "Teddy and I slid off Saba into the mud," said Annie. "Try it, but throw down your sneakers and backpack first." Annie went to Saba's side. Her feet were buried in the mud up to her ankles. Jack threw his things to Annie. Then he patted Saba's rough, wrinkly skin. "Thanks for the ride," he said. The elephant touched him one last time with her trunk. Jack slid down her feet first and fell into the mud. He caught himself with his hands and sank into the mud past his wrist. His glasses were spattered too. "Wash off in the stream," said Annie. She put Jack's backpack and shoes on the rock while Jack waded into the cool water. He washed off the mud on his hands and feet and rinsed off his glasses. Then he looked around. Saba had joined the rest of the herd. The elephants looked beautiful in the morning mist. Everything looked beautiful. Yellow and blue water birds spread their wings. Mosey hanging vines swayed in the breeze. Huge white flowers floated on top of the stream. Then Jack saw a strange sight. It looked like a horn and 2 ears sticking out of the water. "There's a weird creature over there," he called to Annie. "It looks like it has horns. I'd better check the book," said Jack. He hurried to his backpack, wiping his hands on his t-shirt. He pulled out the India book. "There's a picture of a horn sticking out of the water," he read. "The one-horned rhinoceros, or rhino, washed in the forest stream. Rhinos are not usually dangerous, but because they do not see well, sometimes charge at things by mistake. Loud noises will usually stop them." Jack felt sorry for the rhino. Too bad animals can't wear glasses. He read more. "India's rhinos are very endangered animals. That means there's not many left. People called poachers kill them and sell their body parts." Jack started to take out his notebook. Just then a slurpy, sloshing sound came from the water. "Whoa," said Annie. Jack looked up. The rhino rose from the stream. He looked like an ancient swamp creature. "Oh man," said Jack. The rhino peered at Annie with the tiny eyes. Then he snored and lowered his head. His horn pointed right at Annie. "Make a loud noise," Jack yelled. Annie clapped her hands and shouted, "We come in peace." The rhino stopped. He grunted, then he sank back into the water. Annie laughed. "Whew," said Jack. "I better take some notes about that guy." "Arf, arf," Teddy barked at the edge of the forest. "And better get Teddy," said Annie. She hurried over to get him. Jack pulled out his notebook and wrote on one-horned rhino, an endangered animal, and needs glasses. Jack, shouted Annie. She was racing towards him with Teddy in her heels. Come quick, what's wrong? He said. We found something terrible. Annie was close to tears. Really terrible. Uh-oh. So what do you think happened? If you want to know, you're going to have to tune in next week when we'll read the last couple of chapters of the book. So, hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend, and I will see you next week, Hope members. Bye.